just a guessing game as you work for Optic.
Yeah, trying to nade the tractor simp. He's going to be the point man. Try to get spotted. Shotzzy. I think the smoke went down, so they're going to try to isolate it, but Droz is there for the crossfire. It's been all about the B defense on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar, right? Like, I know with the smoke out, it's a little bit crazier from the other side, but you lock it down if you're Optic Texas. You lock it down now if you are FaZe. Dashy trying to go to work in a 1 versus 4, but there's 30 to go. Spotted for Tesla everywhere, but those are ropes as he is able to hit at range. Celium will drop. I don't know if you're gonna have time to do much, but God, that is a gunfight and a half. Two of the best to do it at that range.
And again, he's just in a spot where, yeah, he's just got to take his time, maybe not give up another kill for a streak for FaZe. But normally Sim's sort of that connector player. He's able to find another, just not a lot of time to work with. There is the trade. And what is that? I think Droz is up to 6 now. But normally Sim's sort of your rotation guy, playing connector, throwing that smoke. This time, playing near the site with the rival. Droz looking over him.
Well, I think some of the time, like, listen, I think Sip is one of the greatest player of all time, and he's got a game sense that few have. But like when they're struggling in search, sometimes it's like I don't know, he's not having an impact, but he's trying to be that guy going back and forth. He's trying to play that lurk role, trying to just find those great timings. Yeah. He gets a little lost in, and suddenly he has a dud, and you're in trouble. So maybe just trying to set him up for some easier ones, some easier kind of 2-man games. And so far, working 2-1. But Dashy, well, if it was beams, at the end of the last round, he's beaming yet again. Just ludicrous stuff from Dashy to get the first blood. 2-2 now in the first blood department.
Again, Pred in this position that he was in last time, just sort of hanging out. The problem is, if he gets spotted, then that first blood is sort of just useless, but he's going to find one. Stays patient, now gets away with his life.
Good job to not get traded by either Simp or a BC. Dude, he centered on his forehead when he snapped back, but Simp will get caught and dropped. Back and forth, we continue on 2-2. The tension building and building.
Very similar to our map too, right? It was just sort of all attack, but whoever's winning the first blood, winning the round. And that time, yeah, I mean, Droz is going for the pre-fire through mid, and Dashy's like, yeah, I'll take that fight, and I'm gonna win it.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to chow that man right now. He has been so good late in these series. One of the best shooters in the history of the esport. Putting on, but now to round number 5. So far, yeah, first blood. You try to play mistake-free S&D. You win it behind your numbers. Who makes the first mistake? Or maybe who makes the first insane clutch? Shotzzy. Spotted, but a smoke here, so he'll just kind of stop for a sec.
Again, just Simp over towards the B site. But nothing has really worked over towards B. So do you start to adjust if you're the defense? Maybe it takes some risks. Just go for it again. The smoke is down. Right now, Droz watching the cross, and the stun is perfect. Perfect for Droz. There's a quick trade, though. Pred has lived around the cafe area. Abizi now has to try to play his life, and Pred able to find a second.
Pred making plays in the mid-map to a 2 versus 3 now. You get eyes, and what kind of timing is this going to be for Cell? Wraps it out, Pred repositions. Pred locking him in, 3 for Pred. Working on an ace, but he'll get eliminated. Simp, though, so much to do. Not able to do it. Optic Texas take advantage and go up 3-2.
Yeah, just finds the timings right. Does Pred, as he's able to find onto a BZ, maybe repositioning. Then on to Celium.
And he kind of said, like, you know, it's been a story of first blood and controlling that. Right before we asked, like, when's going to be the first time you get first blood and things fall apart? Maybe somebody clutch up. Well, quickly, it's Pred with an answer. That Droz, first blood is nullified. You have a monster round if you're Optic Texas. You now take control of this game 5. Pressure to FaZe to come up with a moment. And Celium right now, 0-4. And we know how good he can be in big-time moments in Surge, but not here right now.
Well, there's just been so much presence at B, right? Like,
True.
I mean, we saw it with Sky. Sometimes the A Street guy is just in an impossible position. But again, look at number 3 in Pred. Pred is taking so much room. The problem is, though, Shotzzy gets caught and broken. But Pred could be the difference maker like he was in the last round.
I thought you stayed alive, Shotzzy, if you're long enough to maybe at least drag him into getting traded, but not quite able to happen. You get info there on Pred, at least with the door, you know his position for now. Kenny, hoping maybe he can just catch one. Can he just catch one, take a fight? Draws a good job getting low, staying alive. I thought maybe you send it behind this, but the help comes over in the way of Dashy. So
well, now they know there's 2B Street. That's the info that FaZe was looking for. Now Pred on the reposition. Just too many players to deal with. 35 seconds. Simp trying to move the bomb over. Cell on the board. On to Ken. It was all defense. Now it's looking like back-to-back offense. And guess who's left in another 1 versus 4?
Yeah, Dashy trying to do it all. But honestly, I know this is like a silly thing, but just great job not getting picked and like getting prone in spots, whether it was Simp there crossing through mid, just don't give away like a free one. Draza on the chow, but Kenny just get prone and don't drop. I mean, I know these guys have lightning quick reflexes, best players in the world, but we've seen it. You just get caught, you get picked, suddenly the round's on its head, but good job just staying up.
Well, and just the fact that, I mean, these guys can ego chow whenever they want.
True.
And a lot of times I think they do, but in this matchup won't happen using their numbers to their advantage. It's FaZe back on defense. We'll see what Opti opt to do.
4 first bloods now for FaZe out of the 6 rounds. Optic Texas start to work the attack again. Simp getting back over to his spot as he'll be working with Draws on one side of it. The question again is what position will he be in? What kind of timing will there be for Draws? But looks like he wants the challenge broken this time around.
Yeah, first time here. First time in this position. Draza has to stay low. And Optic normally very good at this, finding the nades, finding the angles onto this player. Last time through, though, it was Pred through mid-tank in Cafe. So Celium's probably happy. Maybe he's going to have someone push this way.
There's not a whole lot of help. When you talk about like B-Dom area 4.
Yeah, mid-tank's wide open. Look, there's 3 players there for Optic.
Yeah, it is aBeZy kind of by himself, and aBeZy just pushes forward. The confidence to get aggressive there and find a kill, absurd. The damage comes through so Cell can finish one. Dashy, the sneaker's not quite fast enough to catch another. So to a 3v2 advantage we go for Atlanta FaZe. Simp, he's been this side, and he's been lurking, can't get caught. He at least gets one. It got scary for a moment.
Dashy, I think he spotted him. I think he spotted him. Celium, this is just where the area he likes to play. Of course, Dashy would love to chow. 12 seconds, though. He's got to get to a bomb.
And they know that. Only time to get to one position. So has to take the fight. Comes soaring on through.
He got it.
He goes to planet. He gets it through. Are you kidding me? And he gets away. He gets away. He's a magician. 1 versus 1. Draza, Dashy. The timing's going to make me throw up. 35 seconds, he spots him, backs down, he bots! Dashy! My fucking God!
Unbelievable lightning reflexes. The shots on Nadraza, then snaps onto Cell. He knows where the first chow's coming from. Unbelievable. With the snap, knows the time as well. Draza doesn't reach out. Then down to 77, catches him on the challenge, on the sprint. Dashy puts him up 1.
Oh, Draza is hearing it, but Cell gets right into it. Another first blood for Atlanta FaZe. Holy hell. Draza and FaZe wanting that one back, that is for sure, but they have the 4v3. You have a chance to silence the crowd as you start to work this towards the B-bomb site. Kenny repositioning, hopefully catching somebody sprinting. Just continue to shoulder this for info. Maybe catch someone, set up Pred deep.
Well, I think someone to high rise, right? They get a first blood. They're just going to wait if you are FaZe. Hopefully, like, Pred gets aggressive through Cafe. Not going to happen this time through. Smoke is down. But Kenny's going to get the info. Chig come down to Big Bruce again. What is the timing like? He wins the first quick trade. Celium just watching the flank. There will be 2 on him, though. He's got to buy as much time as he can. I don't think he's going to be ready for this. Is Kenny just going to leave him? Feels like you have to deal with this player. Yeah, he does.
Cell's just like melee in front of him. I don't know. He gets it dropped. 2 versus 2. 35 to go. You had a clutch from Optic Texas. Can you answer? If you're Atlanta FaZe, Simp gonna get dropped. They continue to win fights. 1 versus 1 again. Lord Almighty above. aBeZy versus Pred. He gets dropped. It's a clutch again for Optic.
aBeZy's trying to catch him sprinting and get info. I don't think aBeZy's full health yet. I don't.
He was like 105 somewhere in there.
I don't think he's full health. So Pred just snaps.
clutch again for Optic.
Abizi's trying to catch him sprinting and get info. I don't think Abizi's full health yet. I don't
He was like 105, somewhere in there.
I don't think he's full health, so Prejudice snaps onto him. Abizi wants to get to the mid-tank. If he hits the mid-tank wide of a shoulder there, I thought he spotted him at first. Deep courtyard, was just going to play cafe. Tries to get to mid-tank, instead gets caught.
Big round 3 or 4. I said, is it going to be clutches? Is it going to be heroic moments? Because the first bloods, it's all been phased. There are 2 first bloods right now for Optic Texas, but they have a 5-3 advantage. It has been the ice. And where that has been lacking in this matchup, it is not lacking right now. In control. One more round. A couple of snakes, very slippery.
Just not trying to get spotted maybe by Abizi, trying to chow together. And now pressure onto Abizi and quickly, and he's going to get caught. They go so fast. Smoke down, immediate 8 plant. This is beautiful from Optic.
Now you got a 3v4 if you're Atlanta FaZe, or is this one done? The revenge game. Optic Texas pushing so desperately to get into a final. Draza, though, brings it to a 3 versus 3. He's able to hit the shots. 30 seconds. Time is dwindling. Cell is going to fall. Shotzi's going big. Kenny.
He's just buying time.
Taking damage. Trying to finesse. He wins one. Now on to Sip. Able to drop one. 20 seconds to go. Just so little time. The shot's through. Gets in damage. Stun will hit. He won't fall. Send him packing. Send him home. It's an Optic Texas win.
It has been a nightmare for Optic, this matchup all year long. Dashi getting the crowd fired up. Some of the most emotion we've seen from this guy in his hometown. And now he's in the final.
The clutch master. Even when they've lacked the ice in moments, he's had that clutch factor despite it, and he has the moment that flips the game on its head. The 1v2 clutch. Dashi, a monster. Optic with the revenge. Atlanta FaZe will not be going back-to-back. They are done at Major 3 and now waiting and looming. The hometown heroes in Ultra will match up against Optic. We check out the stats before we get ready for an interview. I mean, it's balanced kind of all around for the most part.
Just 1v1s? 1v1s?
The first bloods, too. You've got 6. First bloods if you're Atlanta FaZe. And oh yeah, I'm sorry, no interview on this one, right? Because we're getting ready for the final. Yeah, no interview. So you have to wait to hear from the winner of the final, because we're going back to back. Getting ready to get right into this. This is how it went. You go up 2-0 if you're Optic. You're in control. You nearly bring this one back. You get it to a game 5 if you are FaZe. But the invasion search struggles you've had. You're 0-2, during the qualifier? You come in, you lose this one. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like misplays. It was just, well, yeah, I guess, I mean, it was just the ice really from Optic winning some insane gunfights.
Normally that's the FaZe side, right?
Yeah.
And what I say, like coming into today, their search had to be better if they wanted to win a championship, and so far it has. Able to take down New York, now able to take down FaZe in 2, and just like that, they're in a final versus Toronto.
Ooh, we are setting up for an all-timer. This final about to be insane. This venue is about to explode. That'll do it for Joe and I. That'll do it for FaZe. Adios. To the desk we go to break it down.
Great cast there, gentlemen. You got to be exhausted, and so do these players. Another game 5. But this audience is giving every ounce that this COD team can give us. Optic putting on a show, FaZe putting on a show, and now we have another rematch of Optic versus Toronto in the grand final.
This is insane to me. That is now 5 S&Ds Atlanta FaZe have lost on LAN, and that is not something I thought I would ever say.
Kind of crazy. Their 13-match streak snapped in this one, and nameless. We thought it was going to happen in game 3, but Atlanta FaZe comes back kicking. Abizi takes them to a game 4. The whole squad shows up in hardpoint, and now we're in a game 5 search.
I think this might be the greatest Sunday in Major history in the Call of Duty League era. I mean, we've had game 5 after game 5, and man, for Optic Texas, you just love to see hard work pay off. They were preparing for this series the entire stage, and you saw the high-rise search and destroy playing it 5 times throughout the stage. It pays off. They win 6-3, finally fixing some of their glaring issues, not relying on their playmakers to get it done, playing together as a unit. And then this game 5 search and destroy, just excellent all around. Like, I know everybody's talking about Dashy's clutches, which were tremendous.
Right.
I'm going to show some love to Pred as well on their defense, like adapting and changing the way that he was given looks inside a cafe, challenging, getting bloods when he needed to. He played such a great game.
Allie, is Dashy the MVP from Optic for you in this series?
I think in the map 5 he was, but overall it was definitely Shotzi. I mean, that map number 1, 39 and 26. He was absolutely shooting 6,400 damage in almost 2 minutes in time. You follow that up with the high-rise 9 and 4, a first blood demon, and then in that game number 5, it was Shotzi, 4 first bloods across the board. And honestly, I just want to talk about how impressed I am with that game number 5. Optic Texas' entire game plan to distract you with a gunfight to third party from a different angle is not something I thought I'd expect from this team. Like, this is a very talented, individually stacked roster, so to see them build their teamwork this stage in Search and Destroy has been great.
I love Dashy at the end there. By Atlanta for the first time all season. Atlanta will not be in the grand final. Optic will for the second time in a row, and it's with plays like this that got him there. It's your scuff play of the game. Let's take a look at Dashy clutching up and turning the momentum in Optic's favor here in this game 5.
And this was the most important round, right? We're tied up 3-3. It's all in Atlanta FaZe's favor. They get the first blood, but Dashy, he gets this insane gunfight onto the first player, and then it's a 1v1 versus Draba. Bot is allowed to go down, and now he's just able to play his life in.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to why Atlanta FaZe thought they needed to chow him right away. There was no point, right? Like, unless you were simultaneously chowing that, I don't get it. But then right here, you know, Dashy gets inside a red. He doesn't exactly know where Draws is coming from, but he knows the general vicinity. And then you see him go and check bomb. He's like, okay, you're not on it. I'm just going to come back and get ready for that gunfight. Wins a nasty one with the pistol in his hand.
Toronto fans, get ready to frame your tickets, because this may be the greatest Call of Duty tournament of all time. Look at that winner's bracket. Not a single 3-0 sweep until FaZe took down the Subliners. We thought they could handle business against Toronto, but Ultra clutch up. They win that best of 5, the first team to make it into the grand final.
It's been nothing but a record-breaking weekend. We got breaking kill records on Hardpoint according to LAN. We got a Miami Heretics breaking their loss streak when it comes to LAN. We've got Optic Texas breaking their 606 losses to Atlanta FaZe, and we got FaZe not able to break the Cold War record.
Yeah, I mean, this tournament has just been special, man. Like I keep saying, this Sunday, it's been a treat to watch, and I think this final is going to deliver.
Hit us up on Twitter with your prediction, because when we come back, it's Toronto Ultra, the hometown squad, fighting for their major title against the fan favorites Optic Texas. Major for the ages.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator, weapon blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
The Cataclysm pack is available now. This bundle includes the Cataclysm Operator skin, Dystopia Weapon Blueprint, Iron Lung Charm, Broom Animated Calling Card, Alpha Vinyl Guiding Light Emblem, and Scratch Tally Weapon Sticker. Use these items in both Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Warzone. Available in store now using Call of Duty points.
players from LA Thieves trying to attack this from the middle of the map, but this might play right into Shotzi's hand. They're going to get completely caught off guard, and the bomb is going to be able to go down at B.
LA Thieves, let's see how quick they do realize this. Dashy just fell off the map.
Whichever bomb site they choose to go to, 30 seconds on the clock, and well, if Easy's been seen, he will drop off the map.
Yeah, our bridge is shielded.
What's left? I'm cutting in. I'm not sure if I'm getting old, but I swear to God, Joe, sometimes when Celium talks, all I hear is... Yeah.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me.
Look at that line of sight. Kenny has absolutely no idea. Look how long that is. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, Kenny's got to get off the bomb now. He's petrified. Wait, is he going to stick it? Time's ticking. Kenny's holding the line. If he gets the kill, that's one thing, but oh my, insight pulling out.
Hey, chat, watch this.
All
right, we gotta go play the game. Let's take a look at this bad.
With the help from his teammates, actually.
What is this? What is this? Hydra from Mars. What do we have here?
It's nothing left but 3 in the backpack. Ace for Hydra, a magician early in the round.
A single second, the Seattle Surge, they are going to send it. If any team is set to fall apart in a crazy way, go.
Oh my God.
Reggie, what a play!
Oh my God. Go, man.
Do you think you could beat Kenny in a dance-off?
Yeah.
Oh, he's lying.
Wait, did I? Really?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking he's unstable on his feet.
He's lying.
No, this is broken because I'm dead ass not lying. I could smoke him. I'm just thinking about his front door porch where he was like trying to control his legs and he crippled on the floor. That's like the first thing I got. Damn, I'm lying on that? That's bullshit. What?
I mean,
I'd smoke him. Where is he?
Vickle now. Last one up.
He's got a trophy though, right? He threw a trophy out.
Might do it.
He threw a trophy out. I think this might be too slow. Either way, he got it. Oh, he does get it. Yeah, it was too slow. He gets it. He just hops in right away. Nobody checks the bomb.
It plays a little different. It's nice to have like a map you love back in it, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same. As Draws a nice little angle through the statue. Rips one for the opening kill.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. There's just one match to go live at Major 3. The Toronto Major has been one of the greatest in Call of Duty history here from Modern Warfare 3. And we have the hometown squad, Toronto Ultra, taking on our number 3 seed for the tournament, Optic Texas, who fell just short at Major 2 to Atlanta. But with Atlanta out of the way, this one should be another slugfest. Welcome in, everybody. Chris Bucket alongside Rosalie, a.k.a. Alley Cat, and we've got Nameless and Nameless. We were talking during the break. This is going to be such an epic showdown. You got Dashy versus Scrap, but it's the SMGs we're fired up for as well.
Absolutely, man. And Envoy's had a crazy turnaround. He's been playing great. Shotzi in that last series, absolutely masterful to start it off on that map, number 1. And it's packed here in the Mattamy Athletic Center, and I can't wait to get into the finals.
Allie, there is just one best of 7 left to go. We've had 3 Game 5s. Is there a chance that we see a Game 7 grand final here?
I feel like we were robbed of a Game 5 versus Texas and Toronto earlier on in the the day. So I 100% believe that we're going to get a best of 7 all the way to the end this time.
Now we're giving the players a few more minutes to have a little bite to eat before they have to take the stage, get a little bit of water. While they're waiting to take the stage, let's update you with everything that's happened here in Toronto. It all started back on Thursday when we opened things up with our winners bracket round 1, and after our top 8 were whittled down to our top 4, it was that power 4 that kept powering into our Sunday, where they are here to play for this trophy.
That thing is beautiful. I mean, every single year, Toronto Ultra, they bring out a new trophy. This one, it's just a giant diamond nut, and it looks incredible. You got to also remember the Challengers belt that they had. I saw Asim post a picture of that. Toronto and Overactive, they just do such a great job, man, with this event every year.
Love the trophy last year, love the acorn this year, and we love the cash that is up for grabs at every single major alley. More importantly, for the teams on the right, though, they scored some much-needed points going into champs.
Yeah, for the teams on the right, those points were so much more than the cash at the end of the day, because they are battling for an opportunity and a spot to make it to champs at the end of the year, because it's only going to be the top 8 that are invited.
Let's take a look at who is going to champs. If it ended today, well, I think you're going to see guys like the Seattle Surge locked in, and tickets are on sale right now. Pick them up, optic.link/champs. Nameless, of the squads that are at the bottom right now, who do you think has the best chance of rising back up?
I think Carolina. I think Carolina is gonna punch their ticket to champs. We have one more stage. And listen, get your tickets because it's in Texas. It's Optics is going to be hosting it. The crowd is going to be absolutely jam-packed. Could be one of the best champs of all time.
One of the squads that you can expect to be in the top 6 after this weekend is the Miami Heretics. They got a top 6 finish, surprising everybody. Not only was it their first LAN win, Allie, it was their first run to a Saturday.
Yeah, for Miami Heretics, big ups for them. They are a team that faced a lot of adversity right after the beginning of the season, because their roster, some of their players couldn't even play, but they spun into this tournament. They take a search and destroy off Atlanta, which little did we know that foreshadowed what would end up being Atlanta FaZe's downfall here on Sunday. But they lock in some points, they lock in some cash, and we got kind of the preview of what Real is going to be like as we continue to move forward.
Yeah, he's been incredible. I mean, he was the missing piece for sure. I think we've seen glimpses of Heretics before. We're like, hey, those guys can be pretty good, right? And then they pick him up. He's been unbelievable. They went 5-0 in Search and Destroy at this tournament and on an active 7-0 Search and Destroy win streak. So that's clearly their game mode, and they've identified what they need to work on, which is that control game mode. But they truly have themselves a star.
He's definitely got the best stats to salary ratio when it comes to rookies. The man is dropping bombs. Look at that Search and Destroy, a 1.31. His Slayer rating an 84. Basically, you expect him to win a straight-up gunfight.
Yeah, and this is from when he was on Carolina for a couple of matches at the beginning of the season. Obviously, much more comfortable at home here with the Miami Heretics and players that he have teamed with during the past 4 years.
The Spanish speakers getting it done for Miami, but it was the French speakers doing work for Seattle Surge. Let's take a look at what Abuza and Brezzy got done, especially Abuza here. A lot of pressure on the young man. Hook had his stellar games, but I felt like Abuza was the consistent player on this lineup.
Yeah, you know, in the offseason, he was like one of the hottest young rookies, right? We're like, okay, Abuza's frying in challenges. What will he do in the league? And, you know, Seattle Surge, they had a decent start, but he wasn't on his role that he came up playing, right? He gets put back over towards an AR. The organization decides to, like, hey, let's commit to this guy and build around him. They go get 04, who he's just going to run in front of everybody. Like, 04 doesn't care. And Abuza's had his best tournament yet. And Seattle Surge are actually a competitive team. And it's just a wild turnaround because they were at the bottom of the barrel just a month ago.
It is insane to see the turnaround, and a lot of people are rightly crediting the new addition, Allie. Since adding 04 to this squad, they're looking like a totally different team, one that could go deep at champs if they stay in our top 8.
And I think it's so funny that we kind of forget Hook is the veteran on this team, technically. Like, the rest of these players are very new to CDL. 04 is a rookie, Abuza is a rookie. So, like, the fact that they're putting up numbers like this and on their first LAN, they are doing great as we look heading towards champs.
Let's take a look at those rookies. We've got our leaderboard updated, and Abuza stole the #1 spot from Gwyn and Gio.
Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable performance on him. Once again, I can't stress it enough, like comfortability, what that will allow you to do, having the right guys around you. And you're talking about a team that could only win Search and Destroy. Now they went basically even across hardpoint and control. So they worked on all aspects of their game, and the individual prowess came out.
That is Abuza topping the rookie leaderboard, but in the 3 spot, you saw Gwyn, and the Carolina Royal Ravens were looking to their rookie key this weekend. Ravens fall short, though. They wanted another top 6, didn't get it. It was Surge shutting the door.
What's crazy to me right now is I felt like the Rookie of the Year conversation was really centered around Linz and Gwyn for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
I think now Gwyn has kind of moved up into that #1 spot for me right now, because not only has he been consistent online and on land and across the season, but Carolina Royal Ravens are slowly finding a lot more success. They weren't able to get the top 4 placing done, but they still are able to make it into that top 6 and give themselves a case to make it top 4 overall.
Nameless, do you think this is the final roster we see for the Ravens going into champs?
I do. I think this will be the final roster, but I will say I think it was a disappointing major for these guys. You only come in, you win a match, right? Like you're expecting to win much more than that. And, you know, for these guys, they haven't yet, since the entirety of this roster, been able to all 4 put it together at the exact same time. Right. We've seen special moments from the AR players, especially at this tournament. We've seen special moments from Gwyn throughout the entirety of the season. It's just when will they all pull it together at the same time, because their ceiling is very high.
You take a look at their road. They fell to Optic after taking control in the winners bracket, and then, of course, beating LAG before Seattle sent them home. And you can see their road to Major 4. You have 7 qualifier matches remaining, 10 points per match on the line, and you're going through the big 4 right in the middle of your schedule, Allie.
Yeah, you can't catch a break right now if you're Carolina Royal Ravens. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to get through the best to be the best. So I'll see what they do online.
They're going to have to dig deep. I'm being honest. Like, Fellow and Clay, they played great on land. They have to do that online. We have not seen that often. They're going to have to all be in the same place going hard.
So many epic games, so many epic moments this week, and it's time to relive some of them, starting with, well, is it the fans? Is it the home team? It's a combination, Nameless. They seem to have an epic combo of power here in Toronto. Scrap dropping the stats, but we don't have a single seat available in this arena. Fully booked out, sold out, as Toronto puts on a show.
It is electric in here, man. This environment, this is what Call of Duty needs. I looked out to the crowd. You know, I felt like a proud founding father. Like, I've been here for so long, and now we got a packed crowd going crazy. And, you know, you see in Scrap, obviously, he's the hometown hero, man. After that series that they won, you could see all, like, the pressure. He's just like, nah, this is where I deserve to be. I turn up when my name is called, and I'm excited to see him in the final in front of this crowd.
And the energy has just been so infectious, right? Because now at their hometown major, they are in high spirits. Toronto Ultra making it to that grand final. They don't have to have any falls, and maybe even looking to be the favorite up against Optic Texas. We're going to have the crowd going back and forth against each other. It has been so electrifying to be in this venue all day today and yesterday.
I'm wondering how many Canadians are torn for this grand final. Let's take a look at the epic crowd who has shown up. We've had the hype squad every single night lining up at midnight, coming in and making noise from the start of the tournament to the very end. This has been one of the loudest arenas we've had all year.
I've been cracking monsters left and right. I can't imagine how many deep the crowd is right now, because they are still on their feet, ready for this grand final.
Yeah, the teams are putting on a show for him, right? There's actually something to scream for here. And Scrap, like I said, he's just a guy that gets the people going. But yeah, every single year that we come to Toronto, the fans, there's more and more of them, and they get louder and louder. And can I just, like, give somebody an award for best outfit?
Yes.
The woman that's wearing the green wall right there is the best outfit I've seen at an event. I love seeing the creativity out of the fans.
She was part of that hype squad that lined up at midnight, and she deserves that front row middle seat. We're going to check her out in a little bit as the fans are getting ready for this grand final. But first, Allie, you mentioned it. It has been a ridiculous record-setting weekend. Let's take a look at Standy's record for Minnesota. Despite them bombing out in 3-1, the one game they won, it was search and destroy, and Standy dropped 17 on high rise.
Yeah, he breaks that search and destroy kill record going on 17, and this is what they brought him in to do, right, is to help them out and search and destroy. Unfortunately, Minnesota Rocker hasn't been able to figure it out across all game modes to put it into some map wins, but at least we got a really exciting numbered record to hold at the top.
Yeah, he backed it up. I mean, the guy has a 1.5 in search and destroy throughout the split. That means he was #1 throughout the qualifier, and their match that they had here dropped an absolute bomb on the stage in that mode. It just unfortunately wasn't enough, but you know, we got to sing the praises when somebody's able to break a record. Shout out Standy.
1,800 damage to go with his 17 kills. He won 4 of the 5 opening duels as he tried to carry Minnesota. We'll see what they can do with just 7 qualifiers left going into champs. Another highlight we got to talk about is Hydra's. What did this young man do in control?
He went on a 14-kill kill streak in Control. Hydra, I'm not shocked at all when it comes to this player. He has been the best Control player throughout the qualifiers, averaging a 1.4 in this game mode. Unfortunately, wasn't able to translate it too much this weekend, but I mean, again, record-breaking weekend. I'm not shocked he joins the ranks.
Yeah, New York, they showed a lot of fight this week. They did not have a good stage. You know, of the big four, they were the team looking like they could be the most easily upset, but they delivered. I mean, even went to a game 5 today. Everybody showed life. And Hydra, you know, silencing the people who said that he was falling off a little bit.
You know, we were supposed to fill for a little bit of extra time, but I'm told the players don't need that extra time. Let's jump right in to our pre-game coverage of this grand finals. You watched the records broken live, and we have just one more record, and that is going to be in this grand finals. Will we get a Game 7 for the first time this year? It's time to find out as we have Optic Texas taking on Toronto Ultra.
Man, I hope we get that Game 7. We were robbed of the Game 5 earlier when these two teams matched up, and the way their search and destroy is looking right now, that's gotta be the game decider when it comes to this grand final.
Let's take a look at our squad, starting with the hometown heroes. Toronto Ultra comes in with the #2 seed, just one blemish. That was to Atlanta in their online qualifiers, but they got revenge in that winners bracket finals and are now the team to beat in this tournament.
Yeah, I will say it wasn't easy, right? And those series are always going to be tough, but there was literally a map that Insight had 3 kills, average 1 kill around in the Control. That absolutely cannot happen. Scrap made miracles happen. He can do it, but you want it to be more of a team effort. They beat these guys once so far, and I think they know they can do it again. But for the Monster Energy pregame, the good has been the hard point. 12-4 record with a +20 margin, first in holding and second in breaking. That's good because the rotations have not been there going up against an Optic Texas team who are #1 in rotations.
But to give you the bad, the attack on Control hasn't been there. They're pretty middle of the pack in the league right now, and Envoy and Insight again are struggling in the slaying category. Toronto Ultra has made it this far to the grand final, and if there's any time to show up, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, and we know what these players can do, and they're gonna have to do it on this main stage.
It's time to get this one started. The players are ready, so real quick, maps and modes. We got Subbase, Invasion, Rio for that Game 4 before Karachi and Rio close it out with a Game 7 S&D.
I think we're going all the way to Game 7, Chris. I really do. I mean, I'm looking at the hard points. I think they split them when it comes to the Subbase and the Rio, and then those search and destroys. We just saw Optic masterclass on Invasion, but Toronto are no slouch. We're going all the way to 7.
The COD deities are smiling upon Canada, and it's time to find out which one of these analysts is the smartest. Rosalie right at the heels of Nameless, and it's time to kick things off. Where are we going, Rosalie? Final matchup.
I gotta go with the hometown. I'm gonna go with Toronto Ultra winning the grand final.
I'm going to go with Optic Texas. They're going to get their revenge. We should have Game 5 last time. I think they take this one. The guns are too hot.
I'm going with Toronto. They won Major 1. It's their hometown. They get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. The grand final starts right now.
I mean, seriously, are we serious?
Optic are smashing them, and one answer is another cruises are in there from Fred. Oh, you can't, because Inside dials up a triple, and it's over. Ultra take it. Sonic gets dropped. He's got it. And Optic move on. Bang! 1v2 for Envoy. Shotzi 5 in a row. Shotzi with the cruise. Shotzi doing it all.
Oh! Swamp able to turn this down to a 2v1. Just down to Sip. Not gonna happen. Toronto.
Backs out. It pops. Dashy. My God. It's an Optic Texas win.
Toronto in the grand finals here at home.
This weekend, we had the 12 best Call of Duty teams in the world playing here in beautiful Toronto for this amazing trophy. And now just 2 remain, the fan favorite and the home favorite. Toronto, are you ready to get this grand final started? The first squad coming to the stage, get ready, because here comes the new Kings of the South.
city, you hear sirens when we sleep. Heaven sent, hands down, vibes so unique.
Call of Duty fans, get loud for Optic Texas. The thunder from down under, it's Brand. You can run, but you can't hide from Shotzi. The reckoning is here. It's Bruce and the omnipotent Kylo Ken. Optic Texas looking for a win.
They fell to Atlanta FaZe in the finals last tournament, but they got their revenge here. Now they fell to Toronto Ultra, and they got an opportunity to get revenge once again. Shotzi has been in MVP form. Can he do it in a finals to get that trophy? Let's bring out the hometown team.
It's time to bring out that hometown team. And in Toronto, I want to hear your voices all around the country. Get ready for the Toronto Ultra.
I love when the good news coming in on a day-to-day. Already know what's happening, I don't gotta shake the hay. Big moves, big stepper in the right direction. The trip continues, every double use a psychedelic. I think they gon' need a minute. Look, I'm interested in making as opposed to making friends. Double bags, I've been paranoid, having the safe place, I'll take the check. Finishing this drink should only take a sec, but Mark just cut me off, he told me that I go on stage in 10. Walk out to my own shit on the main event. Vinci my cologne after the show, she told me that shit was a favorite sin. Sprint a fan of spacious, we could take it friends. What happened next, you could take a guess.
Toronto, get loud for the Major One champions, the Toronto Ultra. We got the man with the plan. It's Insight. You can have an issue, grab a tissue. It's Kleenex. We got the Dark Prince, Envoy, and the King of the North. It's Scrap. Toronto, get loud for the Ultra.
Toronto making the fairy tale come true and making it to the grand finals of their own home major. I wish I could describe to you how loud this crowd is right now. And some of you forget the player to watch in the Dark Prince Envoy is known to be taking on that Optic camp, but he's got a former teammate on the other side of that stage. The ghost of LA Thieves lives on, but not in this grand final. Let's get this last match of Toronto started, Blaze.
I'm ready to get it going, Allie. And as I said before, we got this beautiful trophy on the main stage for all the glory here. Only one team can walk away with that nut. In Toronto, I got one question for you. Who's about to win? Miles Chance, let's get it going.
Thank you, Blaze. Thank you so much. Thank you, Batman Athletic Center. This has been a really special Sunday. We'll find out if it truly is one of the greatest of all time after this grand finals. My name is Miles Ross, no relation to Bob, and this is Chance, and we are very excited to get you into this one.
This is going to be an incredible tournament. My favorite camera shot so far is Inside, just taking the tissues off the bottom and shooting. These guys are locked in, ready to go. Nothing can phase them, and it has been an electric time in this venue. And these two teams, they have leveled up their game. It has been absurd performances through and through. Dashi out here having the clutch of the year already, and Beijing Control, I know that was one where Ultra had the ice as well. The back and forth moments, it is going to be insane.
We are very excited to get into this one in front of a hometown crowd, sold out here at the Matame Athletic Center. Only two teams in CDL history have managed to win in front of a home crowd. Back at MW19, Atlanta FaZe won their own home series, and Optic Texas their own major in Vanguard. We'll see if we can add another one to that historic lineup. What a year it has been as well. The Monster Energy pregame here for Optic Texas. The good map ones. That's where we start things off here on Subbase.
And the fact that it is Subbase as well, it is a square up. Toronto, they wanted to get their chance at it again. They had a small moment, a little mishap that costed them this map against Texas. They want their revenge.
Our grand finals starts right now. Here we go. First to 250 points. The hard point will rotate every minute. You bet our teams know exactly where to go and how they want to attack it. So far, so good for Optic Texas. They're in first. They find their kills. And Shotzi and Dashi are still shooting hot after the series against FaZe.
Yeah, Dashi is a terrifying man when he's shooting like that, which is quite literally always. CleanX, by the way, trying to hunt down players. Pred sitting and waiting for the pinch. As soon as noise gets made, number 7 getting active. CleanX might read it, but he meets his demise. Shotzi gunning Scrap as well. Ultra need to wake up sooner than that. Optic already picking them apart.
It's been a lot of kills in a row with no rebuttal. Finally, CleanX breaks the wheel. Final 10 seconds of the first hard point will come to a close. P2's on its way. Left-hand side of the minimap, that's where we go next, and that's where Ultra are already.
And Optic might have gotten every single kill, but yeah, forgot what side to actually rotate towards, so you lose the spawns and an opportunity from Ultra to maybe take some of that momentum back their way. Dashi, well, he's waiting for the spawners, but so much action over towards the time. Pred, camera to the sky, looking to make the entry move himself.
That's it, 4 spree now for Pred. At 6, he gets a cruise missile, but there's a sneaky envoy who nearly gets himself 2. Shotzi, though, a tough customer. Kills now on the approach. Optic have got the hard point. They're soaking the time. In come Ultra.
That's already a huge moment, though, just for Optic to get that quick of a break. Pred making those entry plays. Scrappy, though, around the time and inside getting the kills as well. So, bit of a slaughterhouse around P2, and Shotzi through the forklift can't get it done. Scrap, well, he's the man heating up, goes on a 4 spree. When you need him, he has been the master of MW3.
It's a nice break. It's a good sort of 15 seconds to add to this one, but they've got to make the journey across the map where Optic are. Right-hand side. Next points up. Shotzi and Pred. Tie up for a pair. Stun's not going to land. Scrap's going to be able to keep that final few seconds open for anyone. Ultra now on the long journey across the new.
And they really are just so far away. Shotzi, well, that is good information. Nice stunning kill from inside, so you have clearance on your approach. Everybody's from Optic, hanging on the back line.
Hanging on the back line. Through the front line, though. One void there with that rifle 9. Absolutely singing. Can't get any more. Shotzi has been shooting fantastically since the series started. Kenny from up top has a very important job in dealing with CleanX. Pred helps him out there. You're covering all bases right now for Optic, and it's only insight, and he's now done. So that's going to be time to the green team.
Yeah, absolutely eviscerated. This is big time as well. You got Scrap trying to set up for the kill, but Shotzi maybe a little off angle. Still a turtle setup from Optic, and Scrap finds the timing just to get out towards the door, and look at those spawns. A similar situation happened the last time they played on Subbase, so Insight gets caught off guard. This is going to be a rotation won by Optic. Toronto mismanaging the moment again.
Well, they love themselves some sub-base. Good shots from Kenny again. No one going too wild in the kills department, but it doesn't really matter. Final seconds go to Ultra, and again, they are being caught unaware on the transition from point to point.
And this could be prime time, too, because you got the cutoff kills. 2 players from Optic playing over towards Warehouse. Somebody needs to actually get the time, but the front line, Ultra are going to struggle to get past it, but CleanX trying to open that door, but those purple arrows, it is a long way to go before you get to this time.
Once again, Optic in first now with a sort of moment to fortify this hard point. 40 seconds remaining on it. CleanX now backed up by Envoy. Approach through long. Slight covering fire there. Kenny, he's going to back up. It's a tactical retreat for a moment, enough to get a lot of damage into Envoy. No, can't win the kill though. Trades will be abound. Teamwork here as CleanX somehow finds 2.
And here the Optic players just trying to slow him down because the pinch was coming in because of the spawns. Well, Optic still collecting this time. This has been a beautiful hill. Ultra, they make a dent, but you still get bullied on the point. And well, Shotzi, superstar plays already. 13 kills, leading the charge for Texas.
Seemingly out of nowhere, he pulls out 13. Dead silence activated. No noise, but no problem for Envoy. Finds it. Dashi immediately looking for that trade. But the teamwork you can see from Optic, it is going to be massive in the assist column at the end of this opening map. We cross over 100 points, and we move over to a new hard point, the final in the set, before we go back to the first one all over again. That ruined tank and this ruined lineup as Kenny has managed to fight on through. Great work from Optic. That point is theirs.
I mean, they just took that with absolute ease. 0 seconds flat to make that break, and Optic making a statement while they are the best sub-base team in the game.
Blocking it down, holding the time once again. As we look back across the first set, it's all Optic. 3 in the feed. Ultra come out a little quiet. Can Insight get anything going here? Waiting for the boys to reinforce. Perfect nade from Kenny. Flush him out. Try to deal the damage. It's 3 in the feed once again.
And he's already got the cruise. Dashi showing up 6 in a row, and you don't want to deal with them. Those Ultra arrows are running for the hills, and well, maybe into the lap of Pred. Good damage and a nice reposition. The Reaper on sub-base making his impact, and he continues to thrive.
Yes, fantastic map control from Optic Texas so far. Brilliant work. The final hard point of our first set closes out. Back over to P1 we go, and again, looking at that scoreline, a very telling tale of who's been in charge of this game. Can Scrap and the boys find something here? 11-13 for Scrap. He's the big shooter for Ultra. Eyes on him to go big.
And you got Fred just trying to back the players down, and a nice reposition, but only damage being done. Kenny gets the kill, but traded out, and a nice win on Dashi as well. That shuts down the spree. So Envoy, clutch gunfights he has been winning in this game, but Ultra, obviously they are going to need so much more. Right now they are putting the emphasis on the P1 time, and for the moment they're getting all of it.
They're going to get a lot of it. They're going to need all of it to get themselves back into this. Still plenty of COD to be played here. Nice two-piece there from Envoy. Pulling himself back out of the negative KD. A big three. Stays alive. That's huge work. 20 to go here on P1.
And 20 seconds of scrap time on P1. You're going to love life if you're Ultra in this moment. Still, though, long way to go. CleanX making moves. Nice two-piece. 3 down to the feed, and check the spawns. One player from Optic still in the back, and, well, they're going to keep the back spawns, but it is the scrap funnel system.
Oh, Scrap locking him down. CleanX from over the top. My goodness, Ultra have got control. Let's go for a listen here with Toronto.
Where is he? I'm turning around. He's in the back crate.
Crate somewhere?
I'm looking at him, bro. Silo dead.
Crate's dead.
Nice, good shot.
I'll mid lane, Toby. He's going
short. L. Charlie, dead. Come inside or to that.
Have side.
Yeah, I back loading, okay? 45, one shot, AG. Dead.
Nice, go in.
Come on, boys.
Ivan.
Yo, front P5 on me. 2. One's already side door.
Yeah, I heard you. I have
two front, one tunnel. 2 front window, 1 tunnel.
I have your front window, Jay. Weak front window.
Front window
absolute,
dead.
absolute.
Front window dead.
There could be side door dead.
Side in. Absolute side. In time. Only one there. And one is going to front door. Let's go left time.
Quick. Close left time.
No, he's already top, bro. Already top. One left side. Nice. Oh, there's 2 top.
The 2 top, 1 low, okay?
Yeah.
Heard me?
Start him there.
Good timing.
I was thinking cat.
One's top,
Nice.
top. Ken.
Side door dead.
Nice. Ken.
Still top.
Top row. Let's try and flip.
Mid. Cat. Nice.
Ken was there. Actually, he could have rode. He rode for sure.
Top 10. Red. One's low 10 as well. Push down. P5. He's behind snow maybe.
Top. He's low snow. He's like low gen. Could go low 10. Don't know where he went, Jimmy.
Maybe low 10 again.
That heard you. It's Ken. Ken low 10.
On time. One shot.
I don't see him low 10.
And one deep right.
Yeah, deep right, 1 low 10. Deep right, 1 low 10.
Dash in tunnel as well.
Nice.
Come right to you.
He might put challenge 10.
Oh, he's out 10. Low.
Low right. Low right.
Absolutely dead. They're going to challenge.
Nice. I'm tunnel.
Go be 10.
I'm sure
play the time here.
Yeah.
We're going to try.
Ready?
And then tunnel backed up.
John. Back left time. Then another one tunnel.
Trying to find the net. Back right. 1 tunnel. Challenge. One more time.
I'm not sure. Let me make time. There's 2 there. 2 no.
Yeah, we're good. We need to get right as well.
It's fine. Full 60 here. We're in this.
Let's go, boys. Trying to hold the right, bro.
No, got middle now.
Optic, fantastic work there, maintaining the lead, pushing over the 200-point mark by chance. The listenings with Ultra are always something special.
I mean, listen, comms like that are why no lead is ever safe against Ultra, but this lead might just be insurmountable. 100-point gap, and, well, Ultra have the time, but they're going to have a long way to go to claw themselves back in, and Dashi going to break you down with the cruise.
You see them out both moving now, calling out absolutely everyone in position. Lands at least 1, that's enough to take care of some of the Ultra boys. They spawn close to the hard point though, so another fight here on the cards for Optic Texas. Shots like that from Pred certainly help. 2 down to the feet.
And Optic just want to play keep away in this moment though. If you get him out of the time and put him in the back, that's all you need just to cut your losses, because Ultra will be getting a good chunk of this time.
Over to Kenny trying to find something here. He's trying to thread the needle through the back line. Look for any opening or any weakness here in the Toronto Ultra setup, and he hasn't found it yet. He's about to find something. We'll check in on the feed, but he does catch himself a CleanX. Strozzi trying to make some sneaky moves happen. Waits for the go button. Oh, he finally gets it. Good break there from Optic. 15 left.
And that's all you wanted. That is what you want. Ultra, though, going to be spawning out. But what could have been a big hill from Ultra, you still stop the bleeding and you maintain that massive lead. And now Pred, back in prime position, loves to play for the kills. And it's because typically he gets some nice shots from inside and scrap, though. Get him out of top warehouse, but no one for the moment in this time.
We're very, very much in the business end of this hard point. 20 seconds for the win now. Optic get clean off the point for a moment. Fred trying to get in there. Doesn't account for a couple there as Ultra battling back through the middle of the map. Kenny over the top. Tagged up on the approach. Can Insight keep him out of the point? Yes. You've still got 20 for the win.
Insight's been doing such a nice job over besides P2 just to play keep away. But as Insight falls, Ultra's job gets that much harder. Kenny looking to break it down. Only gets 1. The trades for Ultra flown, but Pred on the flank gets gun as well. Ultra still a long way to go. Shotzzy in the time. Optic, this could be it.
This could be game. Wow, big wins there. CleanX, they double up and they bring it down. An open hardpoint once again. This has been fantastic area denial from Toronto, but not enough to get inside there. A wide open hardpoint at the end of the second set, and we can't win it here, but we will be 2 seconds away.
Oh, this is painful. They're going to have to rotate over towards New, but even then, you want to flood to the old time, and you just have Optic winning every single gunfight through and through. Pred shooting more players in the back as the hill pops, and he can play for the errant kills, just be the safety net. Try to get it guaranteed. Ultra making the reads, but it is not enough. Optic, the best team on subbase, still.
That is map 1 in our long campaign here in this grand finals. And that is a delightful start for Optic Texas. They'll be very happy with that. The subbase has been an incredibly kind map to them throughout the entire major. Moments like that from Shotzzy as well. That's 31 kills to finish the map out. Certainly helps.
And you can just see why on subbase and the map 1s, these guys are on point. There is almost never a moment where they are not in the right positions. Pred always prowling in the power positions, completely on point. And obviously when guys like Shotzzy, I mean, the way they set the tone and just punched you in the mouth on the P1, gunning players left and right. That's 4,200 damage for Shotzzy and 31 kills. Kenny laying out the damage the entire time. And both of those guys also being the super soakers in the point. You could not ask for anything more.
Yeah, over a minute for the pair of them. Wonderful work there. Shotzzy with the objective kills as well. I mean, he's getting kills from within the hard point. Defensively, very, very strong mind there. Highlights here from map number 1, friends. An absolute treat. Optic Texas riding the wave of momentum after defeating FaZe in the lower bracket. Ultra, they had a little bit of time to sit and think, and I did go backstage and talk to the players, seeing how they were feeling after the match against FaZe. First thing Insight said, I just want to get back out there and play, man. I just want to keep hot. And that's exactly what they've got to do now. Consider that their warm-up. This series is going to go by real quick.
And maybe the slow start costed just a little bit, right? Again, that P1 a little bit painful. And obviously credit to Pred as well. I know some of these P2 breaks that he had, absolute class. Pred occasionally one-man wrecking crew to break it down. And those highlights right there might have been a pop-off moment from Ultra, but that was the only sort of clearance they were able to get in game. And Optic, too good of a team and too good at hard point. If they get a 100-point lead, they're never going to let it go.
Yeah, no way. We've not seen too many major comebacks like that, especially in the top 4. It's been a top-heavy league thus far in the season for MW3. A lot is going to change. Again, we'll touch upon the patch and the final few moments here on the way that this game looks for now, but top 4 heavy, top 4 strong.
And it has been a common thread as well that, like, you know, compared to challengers to this top level, the pros just play a different game. I feel like this year there's been the extra level of separation where the top 4 teams play even further of a different game. These guys are elite. They have been here to battle, and on Invasion, S&D, you know it's a square-up map. You watch Dashi have, again, clutch of the year so far as well. Ultra, though, they are ready to square up and go toe-to-toe.
Nearly impossible to do this same sort of play back-to-back in a tournament, but we're a double dose of Invasion, folks. We will not be seeing 6-star again, so for those of you who enjoyed the pool hardpoint, well, it's gone. You'll see that maybe only in highlights from here on out. That's the game flow from map number 1, and as you can see, a few bulges, a few moments where things got close, but after P2 and 3 in that first set, there was no real going back. Optic, tremendous momentum, running it all the way to that map 1 win.
Yeah, absolutely clinical performance. Guns hot, and these players locked in as well. Barely a celebration after the map 1 victory, dialed in, and all attention turned to your coaching staff as well. I know the homework from these squads has been on point. The search game just getting leveled up, and when you go into the majors, and Shotzzy, well, dishing out the goods, breaking down the strats, and I know when he wants to get creative, there is no one like him.
Of course, Coach Karma on stage with him, a 3-time Call of Duty champion, those rings clanging all the way backstage. It's a star-studded affair for the Optic Texas lineup, tremendous legacy in that roster. When it comes to this side of the stage as well, for Toronto Ultra, too many second places in the finishing for this organization when it comes to champs. See if they can change that here. They've got a win in a single major so far. Adding 2 at this sort of level would be outstanding.
I know for me, when it's eyes on Shotzzy on one side of the stage, it's going to be on Scrap for the other. He's been the superstar. S&D has been the biggest criticism of this guy coming into the major, but so far he has been clinically absurd. Insane in the membrane. First Blood's out of control, dropping double-digit kills. And he needs to be able to respond. One of the few players, and actually is included in this list, willing to square up on this map, watching the cross. We might have the occasional instant First Blood in a round. There is never a moment to breathe when these guys are alive on the map.
Find the air while you can. This is what Scrap has looked like so far at the major, and that is sensational work there, that 1.9. Here we go, though. Bomb in the hands of Kenny on the approach. Search and destroy. We'll take turns attacking and destroying these bomb sites.
And you're just waiting out the nades for that exploding van and maybe getting a little bit of intel, but not too much given away there by Toronto. Shotzzy looking to take so much map control already, getting inside of Broken. And notice he still's got the smoke in hand, hasn't used the frag. Nothing being extinguished, yeah, but CleanX, maybe a delicate moment. Damage is being done, and Kenny trying to utilize that to make moves, but has to get out with his life. Optic being back down.
And that's two teams that know each other's tendencies very, very well. They've all done their homework in the build-up to this grand finals, in the build-up to this map. Shotzzy looking to find his first blood. Into the fray he finds Envoy. There's the soul smoke for Optic planted down. Kenny finds his on a Scrap, so huge advantage right now for Optic Texas.
And this is for an offense win. Pred's going to fall, so maybe the opportunity. Insight and CleanX for the clutch. Insight, one of the best to do it in these situations, but a 2v3 and Shotzzy and a Creddy looking incredibly difficult to break down.
Perfect setup right now for Optic Texas.
And Insight's going to be just waiting, biding his time for CleanX to clear out everything. And you can see they're grouping up. They're going to try to work it together. Two players coming through dark side.
Starting to run out of time. Here comes the dark side here. Kylo Ken feeling that one. Here's the suppressing fire.
And Insight, you can see, not comfortable in this moment. Still watching his back, and you turn a few too many times. Dashing going to gun you down. CleanX falls as well. Like dominoes, that round collapses, and Shotzzy, that timing in Broken was perfect. Him and Kenny working together as a duo. And Envoy, he just gets caught. Of course, as soon as you get the clearance on the site, especially with a man advantage, very easy to defend. And Optic, that is a perfect, that's exactly what you want for a round one offense. That little extra advantage you have without the trophies, they capitalize.
You managed to sneak in past that sort of primary defensive threshold. There's a single line where once you get past it, you're in on the site, finds that first blood, and never looks back. CleanX, he's going to be the man we watch here as he rockets forward towards that A-bomb site. Heavier stack for Optic over towards B. The Kenny is in a very lovely corner inside the park. The view might not be great, but a lot of information is going to be passed over here.
He's just clearing everything out. This is quite literally just playing for the information. Stun check behind one thing. You had a teammate stun land behind the other side of it, so clearing out that space today. But this is just noise. Optic have stacked up B Street. Two players in Broken. A delicate moment for the Ultra players.
It's nice noise, and a couple of tags to just push CleanX back, make him possibly rethink the attack towards A, but for now it's going to be Dashy holding the tank position here. This is one of the most important spots on the map.
And Envoy, this is careful. If you choose wrong, you might run into a blender. Stun, get a miss. Ultra don't have any information. They try to make a play towards A, and you get picked apart. Optic, too good of a setup, and the Gunny there to follow. I mean, poor Ultra. You saw every single stun clearing out, just a different spot on the map. They just couldn't suss out the defensive setup, and well, with no information, you just feel the obligation. You try to make a play, and they ran into the Kenny and Dashy blender.
Take our word for it, folks. They were nice kills. That's 3 uncontested for Kenny, 2 for Shotzzy, and 2 for Dashy. Pred the only player to fall so far for the Optic roster, so that's a good look there in the stats department. The streaks as well. If you get 6 kills in a row, you do get yourself a cruise missile to throw at the opponents.
There's the opening hail of gunfire again. Players willing to square up, cross maps straight off the rip, but that just means when Kenny's shooting, calling out how many players crossed, and a 2-2 split on the defensive side of things from Ultra. As both teams, you can see, they are just thirsty for the information so they can figure out what to do.
Finding any morsel of intel. Anything actionable, not necessarily yet, but Scrap, bang, finds 2 out of seemingly nowhere. That's a strong start there for Ultra in the round.
1.9 in S&D at this major. Scrap making a statement. He might just be the best player in the game. 2v4, not gonna last. Envoy catches Dashy. Shotzzy cannot make it happen. Scrap finds the timing. Optic played too slow, and he jumps all over you. Big moment for Toronto. They needed that round.
And he's been deafening here in the Matamea Athletic Center all week long. Particularly today, two of our top runners here in the league when it comes to fans. And the folks at home as well, whether you're in a watch party, whether you're in the arena or a stream on your own. We're in for one hell of a run tonight, folks. Uncharacteristic attacking around there, chance for Optic Texas. She thought it'd be a bit faster there. I wonder again. You only get a couple of chances to really mix up the play style here before the opponent reads on. In first to 6, you've got too many lives left.
And Pred was aggressive enough inside a cafe that he saw just a one player cross through blue side. So I know someone's leaning over towards the broken side of the map, but everybody else from Ultra is still unknown.
Okay, Toronto. I thought Canadians were meant to be nice. A scrap. He's not redecorating the side of that hotel. He's basically looking for information on the inside, but no one home from Optic. All of them backed up on the far left-hand side of the map.
Here we go, though. It's going to be a 4-man hit from Ultra. They're grouping up together. They're attacking Shotzi with Kenny right behind him.
Kenny's right behind him on the inside of the doorwell, so you've got to go fast. Take care of Shotzi ASAP. Lying in wait. Opening salvo fire now complete. And Shotzi. Oh, he plays his chances, gets himself one. That's good enough for now. Kenny trying to prevent the players getting on towards the bomb site. Lovely shots. Here comes the pinch from Pred.
There's the timing as well. Sent in for the kill. Insight. Well, you're being hunted down. Pred, though, too many things to check. Well, there's the kill, or is it? There we go. 2v2.
2v2. It's a perfect pitch. Polar opposites right now for the Optic boys. Pred wins his fight. Envoy now alone in the 1v2. Has got to stay alive. There's 25 on the clock. Easy pickings there for the Optic boys. Pred takes his time on the attack towards Broken. Guarantees the kill. Helps Dashi out there on the easy defuse. You need 7.5 seconds to defuse the bomb. Those boys had about 25.
And I will say, retaking that site, not an easy feat, even when the odds are even. Pred making monster plays. The timing to go and chase down inside top Broken, but not just that. He's getting fed the information from Dashi about when Scrap actually flies out. So Pred does not get caught off guard, plays it patient, execute, and makes a massive play. Small window of opportunity for Toronto. Get shut down.
We're at the halfway mark here for Optic Texas. 6 will net the map win. And that's a lot of explosions in the distance. That's going to be the frag grenades, and the Semtex is nearly extinguished. Shotzi's gone. He still has the smoke to work with, though.
Stun's not connecting there. A smoke just to be a nuisance. This is the isolated Envoy. He wants the kill, and he's going to get it. That double chow was perfect.
Scrap's trying to cause some chaos here in the smoke, but as soon as it settles and clears, he's going to find himself alone and in dear, dear need of teammates. 50 seconds on the clock. Backs on up. Insight wins his on the other side of the map. The 3 remaining members of Ultra now turtle up and hope for the best.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing on the island fight. And now Shotzi just into death. Ultra, well, you still have an opportunity from Optic as Kenny finds the nade kill. 2v2. And Kenny backs out 1 HP in a dream. 30 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, no one here from Ultra is going to be able to maneuver in a position. They have to hope for a fight. But speaking of maneuvering, it's exactly what Pred has done. He has got himself into a dangerous, dangerous corner.
And Ultra haven't sussed this out just yet. Doors being opened up inside. You get baited the wrong direction. But inside, very patient player. He's waiting for Kleenex to get involved as well.
They've opted for the other corner. Kenny. Oh, the timing not great, but the shot's magnificent. 1v1. Kleenex versus Pred. 2 submachine gun players, 30 seconds to do it.
And Kleenex has just never seen him. It's a guessing game at this point. You got to hunt him down, but he just does not know what side.
MCW there in the hands of Kleenex. He's going to try to maneuver through. The Renetti has been such a dangerous tool for so many players this tournament.
He's still going, though, trying to clear every single corner. The final one to check.
Pred, he sees him, lines up for the fight. Oh, my! Kleenex! What an unbelievable win. Keeps the 3 spree alive and gives Ultra the round.
Tobias Julianson, there are very few like him. Didn't even check the corner. That is all reaction time, all gunny. In a moment that Ultra desperately needed, him and Scrap taking turns to pop off and make the big play. And here's the second look at it from his perspective. Wow. Just a beautiful moment to have the MCW as well. Pred doesn't connect with that initial bullet. Able to chow with 150 HP.
Pred's still very much within extremely effective range there, so that's an outrageous 1v1 to win. Kleenex now on the 3 spree. We'll see how far that goes. Trophy at the ready as well. That is going to be very handy on the approach towards the B-bomb site.
just, we're getting mixy. Envoy nearly runs into death, but it turns out just to be bait. Scrap running it down with an AR. This man is happy to be aggressive.
Scrap with a forward position now. The heels are dug in for Ultra. Kenny will throw shoulders. He will just try to bait a waist. And that bomb now making its way forward.
And it's a commitment too. They're going straight towards B, even though Scrap knows 2 players are nearby. His teammates trust him just to keep Kenny and Dashi at bay.
They're happy to take the fight. They've got Insight covering the flank as well, so the backside of their setup is totally safe for now.
And the spot Insight is in. He can see the full map cross, so I think he has the information to play through dark, so CleanX, he'll be staring at it all day long.
Scrap just taking a couple of love taps here. They're not warning shots from Dashi. He's trying to go for it. Insight again watching that flank. Information pass to CleanX. Back and forth now you go. Dashi manages to find one of the front lines. So the numbers for Ultra thinning. Bruce pressing forward. Envoy finds himself here a moment ago. The clock ticking. Ultra have got to send it and they can't. Ultra hold the line.
And information wins wars. Envoy might have gotten spooked by the location of the first player, but he gets out with just enough HP, and Scrap again has turned into a beast in Search and Destroy. Goes and hunts down that first blood, gets in position, and again, the positioning from Insight. He's got control of the rest of the map. Pred never able to make the high IQ play. Insight making sure he stays ahead of the game.
All tied up 3-3. CleanX managing to find one in that round, so his spree continues. We'll keep you filled on that one, folks, if you're on a mobile device and maybe those digits are a little too tiny for you. But for now, it's an aggressive look. Ultra, that box formation through the middle of the map.
Well, that's unfortunate too. Nade connects for CleanX, but not quite anyone else there for the follow-up. You see the crossfire being set up as well. It's almost like a guarantee. If you slide out,
I mean, gets in a bit of trouble. It should be fine. CleanX in trouble. He's going to have to worry about the players from behind. Here comes the hit through the front.
And it's such a big spread because you got Scrap over towards B. You got number 3 Insight over down A Street. So CleanX never has to be worried about turning. He'll be told if he needs to look.
That door, here it comes. Trophy system working overtime. Optic. Here comes the 3, 2, 1, go. Smoke. Shossi, tip of the spear, right on through. Envoy. The hard point opener. That is going to sting. Here comes the pod. Insight right into it. Can he catch out another? No, the pinches are on. Scrap scrambling to find this kill and make it a 1v1. He has sent it. Here comes the push. Oh! Red turns around and gives him the old 1-2 good night.
He lost a 1v1 to a gunfight. Well, his teammate wants to pick it up with his fist. Dashi. PF Flyers on, out of control, and what a moment from Optic. The entire play being set up by Toronto gets broken down by the door and the smoke. Man.
Dashi was 6 HP on the entry to that fight. Scrap had to hit a single bullet, and Fate would have had it another way. Wow, Optic take the lead.
And look at how even this scoreboard as well is for both of these teams. Everybody getting involved in this lobby. And Optic, that is so much mid-map presence. They are getting aggressive on defense. And Ultra going to be here to match them. Already kicking open the door. Dashing for the first blood. Next player by the site. Dead to rights. Pred taking him down.
Pred decapitates CleanX. Looks for another. Pred! Map point. Optic Texas.
There is one call out and one call out only. It is dead, and then the absolute roar as Pred dominates you in that round.
His player cam has gone sky high. I don't know what he did.
Every single map.
He has been absolutely pumped. Well, a single round is all Optic Texas need. They're on attack. Ultra have got to rip 3 straight in a row.
Only thing more turned than Pred is his camera. One round away, though. Optic, they've been on point on offense. They have shown us different looks and maybe trying to play with the intel. They actually showed so many players cross over towards B, and if Ultra give it up, and they might have, because a bit of a rotation coming back towards B Street. Maybe Optic slightly ahead of the intel game. Belly crawl even, trying to give away nothing.
Still relatively even 2-2 setup. 2 players on the B Street there for Toronto Ultra, 2 players in the middle of the map. So whatever you do, Optic Texas, you're running into trouble. Oh, CleanX manages to pick out at least Kenny. Advantage now on Shotzi. Can he take care of CleanX? The answer is yes.
You just never expect the player to be that aggressive. And well, here's the bomb potentially down. Shotzi wants to give it a second, but it's only a stun, not a nade, and Pred gets number 5. Pred out here calling game. Last man standing. Scrap. How much can you really do?
A 1v none. It's done. Optic Texas come out swinging. Map 2 goes their way. And a devastating performance there on Invasion. 6-3 our final score. And they are halfway to a championship.
And Pride getting his revenge as well. Got picked apart in the 1v1 and responds by dropping double digits in the game and making the play of the game as well. Optic on both ends of that map completely on point. And I just love the way they even set the tone, the offensive round right off the bat in round number 1, able to execute and get it done. Strats on point, game plan on point. Kenny dropping damage the entire time, but Pred, make no mistake, that game is him and Shotzi, the SMG duo. 10 kills for Pred, 4 entries from Shotzi. Again, there are very few like him.
Well, we are marching through this grand finals swiftly, thanks to the efforts of Optic Texas. Invasion Control coming up in just a moment. We'll be dealing with that in a sec, but until then, just a look back across how things have gone. Proceedings very much going the way of the green team. Chance Ultra have come out a little too slow. They had plenty of time to get things going and warm up, and it's not really happening yet.
I mean, look, again, a square up on sub base, the decision in the pick and bans, rather, that is just a massive opportunity from Optic early on in the series. They have taken full advantage of it, but make no mistake, Toronto, they're going to strike back.
Yeah, they're absolutely going to strike back. Our Major 1 champions have got an opportunity to win another one here, but they need to peel a few maps off. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, folks. On the other end of this, we play Control. Our grand finals here at Major 3, far from over. When we come back, we stay on Invasion.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that came out hot. Yep, don't worry about it.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Scuff Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win a chance to go to COD Champs this year. The giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets, travel expenses, and more. To enter, scan the QR code on the page or go to scuff.co/CDL and enter your email. Terms and conditions apply.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We're not only coming at you live from Toronto, we're also there in Columbus as well. The folks putting on the show all over the place. Very, very excited to get through this one. Do it for the game flow. Whatever that means. I'll find. Oh, actually, that might be an insider joke. Well, we've got a tough nut to crack here, and it's a diamond nut on the stage that our two teams will be playing for. Toronto, once again, have outdone themselves as a team and as an organization for putting up these absolutely gorgeous trophies, whether it's a squirrel holding an actual nut or now a gigantic diamond nut in what looks like a little bit like the TN Tower. Is it the TN? Maybe. We'll come back to that later. We're staying on Invasion, folks, so we're playing Control. Here we go.
And either way, for Toronto Ultra, as good as the tournament has been, as much as we love the organization for the team, job's not finished. You are down 2-0 in the series, and Optic seemingly have completely found their form. They have leveled up the game, and I am digging the energy that Pred has brought to this squad. We're watching him levitate out of his chair. Shotzi, the most animated we've ever seen him. These guys are roaring and so far cruising through the grand finals, taking Toronto to task.
And momentum's a hell of a thing. You bring down FaZe, and now you get brought down by Envoy. Nice opening kills here from both teams. Now in Control, we've got two zones to capture. Ultra will be defending first. Optic will be diving into the A and the B zone. Find out whatever happens first. Capture the zone or eliminate your enemies 30 times. The race is on.
Well, right now with Optic, if they get like one kill and maybe get prepared, actually Ultra, they're swarming on the A pressure, so they're ready on defense, but can he be ready for Pred? Looking for the trades, you're gonna get it. Toronto dealt with the pressure, and now Scrap setting up for the spawn kills. This is a big kill Kenny's gonna need to get, or else you might end up in a spawn trap, and Scrap delivers you to hell.
The very least shots, he manages to fight his way out. Now pressure on towards Insight. Crawling towards that B zone. The other side of the map has been made safe as the pinch is complete, and it's a purple feed. Ultra in control.
Oh, this is terrible. This is worst case scenario from Optic, but big wins. Kenny gives you 2 and Dashi for 1. You open up the floodgates. Now you can safely traverse over towards B.
The calamitous situation to be in if you lose more than 2 players at a time. Very, very tough spot to be in. 2 players now for Optic. They're capturing the B zone. It's going to make it go by very quick. The first segment done and saved. Wow, Scrap though. Immediate attack on towards the zone. Kenny gets 2.
That's an interesting decision from Kenny. Hops off the point just to sort of fake out Scrap for a moment, but right now 18 seconds, desperation effort. Optic still clinging on to dear life. That B zone, 2 players on it, gonna fall fairly quickly. Ultra might be chalking this one up, and well, they're gonna have to play the long game.
An additional minute will be added to the game clock in a second at 16. There we go, forward on towards the A zone now. All that remains for Ultra in this opening round.
I will say those were huge gunfights being won by Kenny and Dashi just to make sure that the spawn trap doesn't commence, because Verona could have picked you apart in this rounds. Now though, trying to hunt down Pred. Kleenex able to get out with his life, but as Scrap falls, A Street becomes much more open.
Yeah, we've still got Insight to worry about.
A Street's wide open to the zone.
They're going to keep a run for it. Kleenex, you've got to cut 2 players down. Big wins from Optic. Oh, Kenny finds a pair. It's a full spree, and now they're on A.
It is the entire blank. How many players can stack number 6? Turn your around and get on it. It's going to be a triple stack.
Whoa.
This is going to fly.
3 players on it. 2 trophy systems, they're going for it. Nothing's going to make it through there but bullets, and that's exactly what Envoy and Scrap do. Shotzi now alone, brought down. The A zone safe. And now secure. A single segment remains. 40 seconds to capture it.
For Optic fans, I know you wanted more. Technically still though, well, it is fantastic that you get those 2 ticks, but how close you would have been just to being devastating. And well, Scrap, the main that picked up 3 kills to shut down the A zone, gives you the hands as well.
25 seconds on the clock, starting to run red. Envoy on the A Street side of the map's going to have to go very large here. Perfect coverage there from Scrap in the middle. This is a beautiful interlocking field of fire. And Envoy will be able to drive the dagger. The first, the second. As a Dark Prince springs to life, and that should be the round. No way they make it towards the zone in 10. Strong work out of Ultra here in the first.
Yeah, Scrap will be the iron wall in this moment. Nobody's going to be able to slip through and get to this zone. Not before they meet death. That is an absurd first round. Optic, honestly, that is a heavyweight punch. Nice little right hook to get those 2 ticks, but Scrap, nice little uppercut of his own. The savior right now for Toronto.
While we're keeping count, Optic managed to capture 5 segments in that opening attacking round. That will come into account if we do have to go to a decider. The team with the most segments captured gets defense. Whether that makes a difference for either team, we'll soon find out. We swap sides now, and we see Ultra attack.
The positioning looks like Toronto, yeah, going to do the default straight over towards this B zone. Nobody on Optic watching the cross, and you can see triple stacking A. Optic were that concerned about potential funny business off the rip that they're willing to play for the retake scenario. And Kleenex up top, checks every corner. Shotzzy, though, ahead of the game. High IQ. Optic on the defensive end. Well, they're not going to stop the B capture just yet, but they are storming. They are on their way.
Shotzzy looking like Andrew Garfield in the corner there, little spider and Envoy preparing these players up, not enough to get both, or will it? Beautiful teamwork, the double bait and switch there, and Ultra, they come out on top. That car comes out on top as Shotzzy gets the kill, but you're still getting the B zone capture done. One segment down, halfway through the second.
There's interesting timing going on as well, potentially down that A street, but Dashy going to back up and be the iron defense because his teammates are putting in some serious work towards the zone. I mean, Toronto are having to battle and do absurd things just to try to capture it, but a solo cap for the moment. A free kill there for Scrap. But here's the potential big moment. Insight, if you win that gunfight, the pressure on A could have been problematic, but instead, back over towards B.
He didn't win the gunfight, but he got his own trade with the nade there. Now, pressure is on. 2 minutes on the game clock. Not a whole lot of lives lost either side. And ooh, Scrap's getting sneaky in the attack here.
Yeah, he wants these next 2 kills. Well, now he just wants this. A cruise missile can go such a long way, but he gets cut down immediately. Big moment there from Shotzzy. He shut down the 5, but now look at Insight. The pressure on the zone. Optic, how many nades and stuns do you have? You got to weed them out.
Oh, cook that one well. Does get 1 out of it, but that's going to be the attack there from Optic. Saved. Minute 40 to go. Kleenex still keeping the pressure up. Lovely shots. In and out he goes. Pinch there. Envoy, what a snap on the first play of the transition. Now you're trying to buy time and space for your squad to move forward.
Oh, man, Dashy's slowing him down just enough as well. Scrap and Envoy could have made the play, but Envoy still currently is the nuisance, the thorn in your side. 2 players' attention drag back his direction. And that just means his teammates need to get in the mix. Kenny, not the right corner to check, and Envoy continues to be Houdini.
Oh, wow, he's Houdini, and now he's got to be something a bit more special. Regardless, the team has been wiped. Optic are gone. Now Ultra able to stack 3 members in. Scrap's like, boys, wait for me. I can come help cap it as well. Shotzzy finds 2. This is far from over.
They line up for Shotzzy, and now only 2 cap. Well, the second tick doesn't even go through. Can you flood him before it happens? I can't tell if they got it, but Ultra did just enough to tie it up on the tick front. And with only 9 lives remaining from Optic, they have to pump the brakes and be delicate. You can lose this 2 different ways.
You have a minute to go, and you have 14 lives if you're Ultra on the attack here. Optic Texas have got to be far more economical with their lives. 9 remaining. A moment of quiet falls across Invasion. Kenny and Pred turn the volume right back up. Here comes Shotzzy, not able to get his. Mid-map presence now lost. Inside, Bois loses a tough one against the pillar and against Dashy there. Pressure now on, 30 seconds.
And this is going to turn frantic with only 30 seconds remaining. Ultra, they're going to have to start pushing the pace. No time to clear every single corner. Going to have to start running it down. Envoy leading the charge with the reinforcements behind him, getting picked apart along the way.
Oh, Shotzzy thumps on the outside now, allows Envoy to push through. 15 seconds. Got to get a few more kills. It would have helped, but it's 3 in the feed there for Optic. Final 10. We're about to be all tied up.
And these rounds, I mean, they are just being executed by the smallest of margins. Both teams having opportunities to capture the A zone, but the smallest of slips cost you the offensive round win. The 2 ticks of progress are fantastic, but that just means we are all squared away, all tied up going into this next one. And I know Shotzzy, very proud of the 2-piece he was able to get when those players lined up. A mishap Ultra. Atypical for them to make.
I know, it's a wild one. Scrap giving up that position. Oh my good God.
And his movement, even just insane. To have the awareness to know to hop on the center block, Shotzzy, everything he does is dialed to perfection.
Wow, well, Scrap got him back at the start of this round. That is a brilliant opener and a very, very important thing to have here. Can Pred, oh no! Ultra have come out and they've knocked the teeth out.
I mean, this was Optic trying to be aggressive in the moment. They're still trying to pour on this pressure. Nice reads! Could have been 3 in the feed, but Envoy built different. Kenny, he's on a 4, but he's also completely by himself. Great damage being done, but a long way to go. There's number 5. You want the cruise, you want the time. You bite off more than you can chew, but you also buy your team some pressure. But Envoy, the key gunfights he has been winning, he's on the pinch inside of Ice Cream. His Optic are getting aggressive on the map, but right now, I mean, no one is on either zone.
It's nice kills again from Optic. Envoy still, he's that top left-hand side of the minimap. We call that area Ice Cream. He's roaming around by B now. His spree comes to an end. His little run is done. A-zone. All Ultra boys for now. Shotzzy managed to pick Insight right out of the fight there. On to B for a second. And here comes the cap.
Yeah, the value of Shotzi's life, by the way. Getting inside a cafe, Ultra is so careful to roam back over towards that A zone that it just opens up the pressure on the map. Optic can recollect and go capture B. So, Toronto, you can see they are happy to play a very safe game on defense. But for the moment, getting picked apart. And while Shotzi's going to fall, you still have Dashi on a 5.
Dashi's absolutely staying alive for that moment. Beautiful work there from Scrap. That was purely a wallbang kill, so he didn't see him. Oh, Dashi saw that. Here comes the hit. That's the cruise. Scrap gets dropped. 15 lives remaining for Ultra on the defense.
And Dashi centering absolutely perfect. Knows the slide is going to come in. He's aiming down just a little bit. His read's on point, and this is the moment from Optic. This is the go button being hit. 2 kills in the feed. Now you flood towards A as Dashi unkillable. Big Bruce slamming you down.
Ultra now having to fall back immediately towards the A zone. Do not want to lose lives here. CleanX caught out. Pred assassinates his way forward. Another now. Dashi finds his 10th in a row. And you've still got a bit of space to work with. Pred eliminated. Now, Ultra on the back foot.
I mean, just keep like the foot on the gas right now. They only have 8 lives and you got a minute. Continue just to slay.
A very different round this time. Optic have gone for the absolute jugular. You've slaughtered Ultra in the kills department. CleanX doing what you can to stay alive. Push forward. You've got 45 seconds of the round is yours.
And Kenny, the most objective-minded player on Optic in this moment, when he was trying to get towards A, gets gunned across the map by Insight, wins a huge one-on-one. 7 lives remaining, and this is 30 seconds burnt off the clock. Optic might be missing the moment, but here comes the cruise.
You might be able to get another one, the cruise. It's going to be good enough to push Envoy inside. Not enough for the kill, but that allows Optic to run through the streets uncontested. Oh dear, they managed to find a kill or two before being traded, but that's onto the A zone now. Pred on the hunt for another. CleanX wins it. On the zone, Dashi alone, tagged up. Can he find kills? 1 and done. Ultra holding on for now.
This is a missed opportunity from Optic. Like, the pace has just been slowed so much. 14 seconds on the clock, and look at this setup from Toronto, swarming around this time.
They're pushing it back. 10 seconds though. There's still an opportunity to get in here if you're Optic Texas. They find 2 kills. Shotzzy is in. CleanX wins his. He gets himself a cruise as well, and now the clock ticking. Stay alive for a moment. Kenny wins it. They're in. 1.2 on the clock. Insight has got to go big. Can he win the fight? No! Optic slay him out. The live count dwindles. And the opportunity this time is not missed.
And that is how important moments like that are and how big the round was. Shotzzy getting on his feet. A moment like that could be decisive for the game. And Dashi popping off, gets 23 kills, nice stun, and easy wins for Big Bruce towards the end. 1.2 left on the clock, the 1v1. Insanity. A 10 spree from Dashi to set the entire thing up.
Absolutely outstanding work from Big Bruce. They're not boos you here, it's a Bruce. And for now, it's bruises on both teams as the opening hits land. A couple of contusions and confusion across Invasion.
This is too much right now for Toronto. Going down 3-0 would be devastating. What has now been a nearly perfect series from Optic Texas in the grand finals. The onslaught just continues. Seemingly every kill been flowing their way. And, well, last man near the point is CleanX. Shotzzy, easy reads and great hip fire. MCW reigns supreme.
Absolutely brilliant work. And Dashi right back into it. And Sight, well, finally, only had to land 1. Good enough for now. Shotzzy still keeping the pressure up. Desperately keeping Ultra away from the A zone. Less than a minute to play here.
And it's another one of these moments. It's Insight sort of roaming over towards this A zone. Might be able to get the pressure and cross over towards time. Kenny, though, trying to back him down. Good tags through the wall. And this is the same situation. Wow. You can't even stop it. And now you might have the opportunity from Optic. They can go quickly back over towards B.
Kenny's just absolute magnificent game knowledge. Beautiful teamwork here from Optic. Kenny and Dashi running the A street. That is their part of town. They're not letting it go. B, they might have to let go. The second segment on its way out.
I thought Envoy wasn't going to shoot. I thought he was going to try to make the sneaky play, but why be sneaky when you can kill everything? Pred, though, talk about a big gunfight for him to win. Insight still pouring the pressure. Ultra trying to do everything at once, but the defense has been spectacular for Optic Texas. Still in prime position.
That one gunfight from Pred basically saves the A zone from any sort of pressure now. B gets captured, and another minute to go, and only 3 lives. Make it 4, separating our teams.
Ultra, they are just trying to be so annoying, but they can't get anything done in a big down 3 in the feed. Go and take that space. Dashi on the bridge. Everybody else flooding up the map. In Toronto, you are trapped in Palace, and this is not a fun spot to have to use the cruise.
Yeah, this is not ideal situation to be in, but you're going to land this, say bye-bye to Kenny. That's 2 down. Can you take care of the player on bridge? Yes, you can. A free reign across the map for about 4 seconds. Ultra have got now. Pred off spawn, straight into the feed. That is sensational defensive work.
Those long-range shots, incredible. Doing that to Scrap as well. Optic stabilized in 55 seconds. Ultra trying to group up together and look to see if they can find a little bit of magic too in the feed. And well, the go button here, Envoy though, by his lonesome, gets caught out, come off respawn, got to do it all again.
And it looks like the kills might be the decider again. 8 lives left here for Ultra, 40 seconds to go as Optic. You slay out 8 more players and you win the map, and you're on tournament point. Time to get going.
Optic are turtling. A lot of space taken. Pred one shot near the zone, trying to clear out Laundry. Insight. One more set of gunfights, and Ultra, they're going to get to the zone, but Pred able to drop them. Now it's a 3v4.
Pressure, no, still not losing space. Kleenex flies into danger, and he's eaten alive. That's it. That should be the map. The last few set of kills, the lives thrown from Ultra. And Insight is going to swing for the fences, but it is all going to be in vain. The invasion has been halted. Optic Texas, they have marched across the border, and they are well and truly feeling good here in this grand finals.
Possibly the best Optic has looked all year. These guys have collectively achieved the flow state. Effectively 2 rounds of invasion against Toronto Ultra where they bullied them on the life count. The round where Dashi goes on the 10 spree Ultra, they have had no answer, no response. Optic Texas on an absolute tear. The defense is spectacular, but those offensive kills, Optic Texas, I mean, they might just be setting a new bar.
It is tournament point right now for our Texan team, as these 2 squads have had their fair share of grand finals back and forth chance, and this is another blowout.
And it's the offensive kills that are the separation on invasion. You have 19 for Dashi and 17 for Kenny. The ARs taking Toronto to task, and here's a couple looks as to why. Great information, big 2-piece for Kenny, and everybody is roaring. When you got the big call-outs like that from Kenny, you know, yes, in fact, they are cooking.
This is a wonderful set of highlights here again. Good work there from Ultra from time to time, but not enough, man. Optic, they are just on another level now. You bring down FaZe, well, both your teams do technically, but you send FaZe home, and now you look absolutely devastated.
Yeah, and we're going to need a second look. Here's the Shotzi moment. Talk about the impact of those gunfights alone. The little hop onto the cinder block, able to catch 2 players as well. So instead of a 4-stack where that might have been a guarantee that Ultra win the round, Shotzi just rips your soul out before you and breaks your heart in front of their home crowd and saves that round. And really, just setting his teammates up from the kill. Optic, this started to get just bonkers. To do this on the life count, to get down to 1.2 seconds on the clock, and truly a 1v1, Dashi on point. If that stun doesn't connect, who knows how that gunfight goes, but Dashi, the ice has been existing in his veins on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, it's outstanding composure from the native Canadian on stage, of course, Karma, also in the roster there, but for now, Big Bruce putting on for his country, not necessarily the one he's representing in the matchup.
Rio Pred.
What we know about Toronto, though, these guys have had incredible comebacks in hardpoint you've seen this year. Down 140 points against the top team in the game, doesn't matter. It is because of that resolve. We know they're a team incredibly capable of regaining, but from Optic, we talked about in the sub base, at some point, it is just too big of a lead, and up 3-0 might very well be that. I want to talk about the impact of Pred. What a pickup from Optic in this offseason. I know when Shotzi has talked about it in interviews, it's taken them a bit of time to get used to each other's play styles, but here they are in a grand final, and it's looking like they've been playing together for a decade. The energy feeding off of one another, and you can see how comfortable they are now. The last of Kenny. Oh, how things change.
Great thread from Josh on the Bluebird today. But for now, it's right back into the game. We're almost ready to get into this next one. Now, Chance, a very, very spicy hard point here. I mean, I don't know where we go from here. This Rio should be a blinder. Optic Texas have looked sensational on it so far, and you can feel it in the air. They know this is the last course of the meal that they are hungry to eat.
And this is a Rio that I think Ultra fans are going to be a little bit spooked to see, because the biggest hardpoint struggle Toronto have had throughout this stage, it has been their SMG Envoy that has certainly turned the tide around, but there was moments where he was struggling, and Insight had his share as well. Rio, a map specifically that they have shown those weaknesses on, but the 6-2 record, where it has been good is where Scrap, AR for the team, pulls out that third rival 9 and again turns into the absolute master. You need a masterclass performance here, or else Optic might just run you over.
Tournament point, Optic Texas, one more map, and they get to lift that big old nut over their head. Here we go, folks. It's going to have to be an absolute stormer from Toronto here. CleanX starts things off explosively. We trade things out and you get a little bit of back and forth, but that's Optic's hard point.
And you see MCW off the rip there from Scrap, so he might be switching things up depending on the hill that we're on. But right now, Optic inside of the hill and maintaining those right side spawns. Right now, things are flowing. A nice two-piece from Kenny. Optic already setting the tone.
Scrap it. Doesn't check it. Wow! Still gets the kill, though.
If you notice in the feed, though, Shotzi did take one extra player to the grave, so it looks like he got world starred. No, he got the extra kill. Optic still in control, except for they do not read these spawns until number 5 spawns out, so Ultra maybe going to be able to take advantage on this rotation, but still a long way to go.
The iron grip of Optic across P1 pays off. They're going to get every final second there as we go towards the second hard point. Shotzi running circles around you in your spawn.
Yeah, he's such a problem right now. So many players turn his direction, and it takes 3 players effectively to keep it. But look at the spawn from number 5, because Scrap spawns out at the old time. Optic get gifted the back.
They've got a lot of presence here towards the back. They've got a few more kills to get. That helps a lot. CleanX is gone. Members of Ultra now on the hard point, starting to thin out. An awkward gunfight there comes to a close. And with that said, Optic are wiped. That's Ultra's hard point.
And what a moment. Well, Pred doesn't even last. Can't be a nuisance on the flank. Now Optic might actually start getting spawn trap on the right side. Key gunfights attempted to be one. Envoy staying alive. Scrap the overseer. The teamwork of Ultra is starting to connect.
Starting to connect. The 3 spree though for Envoy done. Scrap, he's up next. Keep him at bay. Shotzi with in and out. Trades are going to be done in a moment, and it's CleanX. Can he find the next one? Beautiful work, Envoy with the coverage overhead, but it's Optic's hard point. Dashi gets in there and gets ripped by Envoy.
Those shots are clinically absurd, and that's just to strip away a little bit of extra time. So one gunfight, maybe for 4 seconds, and Insight, well, he just gets red. The stun connects. Optic there to drop him. Kenny trying to put the pressure on the flank. Ultra, though, nice and secure. Nobody slipped through the net, except for maybe number 7. Scrap's headset works, though, able to go and hunt him down.
It's working fantastically. Thank you very much. His controller working pretty well also. Well, the new hard point's up. This is a tough one. A tiny little room, lots of ways in, and lots of problems to deal with. Envoy finding at least one out of this. But again, so much aggression from the Optic boys. Pred soars in, last man Scrap wins the fight, and a little bit too much salt and pepper on that steak.
Yeah, looking for a little bit of extra confidence, trying to get back in the mix. His confidence so far in this series, well, gotta crank it up.
Lead change. Ultra now in control. The guns are starting to heat up. Scrap starting to feel it. Mouthing off in game, mouthing off in real life. 15 seconds remaining here on our next hard point. And we go towards noon. Here we go, Chance. Solid lead here for Ultra. They've got to keep it going. But Optic are in first. Down bottom of the map, the garage.
Oh, and Optic, well, yeah, nice and secure. You get the left side spawns as well, and he capitalized with a full advantage on this rotation. Envoy gets caught as well. Optic reading everything perfectly, and Dashi in his brand new home behind the van.
Yeah, that van is an absolute stalwart of defense here. Trophy systems as well, making sure that nothing makes it through the air except for bullets. And whoa, CleanX and Envoy find theirs. The trophies are gone. They've been replaced, but it's Pred on the flank at 10 and 5. A few more kills and he gets a cruise. Ow! Pred roaming the halls of Rio right now. There it is, 6 in a row. Optic's hard point, lead change.
It takes so many players to hunt this guy down, popping off once again. He's got 12 shots, he has 10. How much this SMG duo loves to see them some Rio.
Also get a little sweet corner, lie down, enjoy the roses. Shots, he finds himself another 11 and 9. He has had a brilliant Sunday so far here in Toronto. New hard point on its way. Ultra in there first.
And Pred's going to be able to follow this up off spawn, calling it a cruise missile. Teammates going to get in position, use that as the entry for the time, or maybe just want to run it down. Pred going towards the middle of the map. He's happy. He's got a rival 9. That's the real streak.
Here it goes towards that point. Insight might have caught that. Nice kills from Toronto. Shotzi from down low now, cut his way forward. As Insight manages to stay alive once again. Nobody in the point, but Ultra have got some space to work with. How's he still alive?
Insight loves that angle. He's going to stay there as well. Pred now on the prowl. Insight finally taken down. An Envoy, you know he's behind the pillar. It's a dancing game around the zone in Optic. The better dancers. The boots are made for walking, and well, the time is theirs too.
Those boots were made for kicking ass. So over 100 points we now go as Optic Texas marching into the lead. 25 seconds remaining here. Scrap with a couple. You still have yet to get the boys out the point. No winner is decisive. Nice work from Insight there as you can breathe a sigh of relief for now. We go back to the middle of the map once again. Our second set begins in 10.
I will say that is a big 20 seconds from Ultra to get. I was going to say, Shotzi doesn't want to have the scrap time, but either way for Toronto, they are getting outslayed. Only 2 players positive, and it is by the thinnest of margins. Right now being outslayed by the SMG duo, but Toronto doing a good job at keeping things close. And here comes the cruise call from Pred. Can his teammates get in position though? Shotzi makes his way to the top.
Able to get themselves into the point. So under the coverage of the cruise, no kills, but that is huge map control. Now the hard point. Guns are at the ready. Scrap never going to win that fight. Not enough hit points to get the job done. Pressure from the Eskies as Envoy goes toe-to-toe with Pred. Not a friendly fight, especially when you don't have the first shot.
These guys are soaring right now. The no pop-off plays for Toronto. Kleenex able to give you 2, but Optic on P1 almost skeet shooting right now from Kenny. Overwhelmed by the stuns and nades. Ultra still have the right side spawns as well, but big scrap time. Final 20 seconds to get an Optic. Just forcing you into Dashy, letting it run.
You're winning the trade battles. You're walking out on top of all of these major engagements. You've always got a man in the point. It's wonderful work from Optic Texas so far in the feed. Let's go for a listen in.
Let's go. Inside.
Watch ramp for me. I'm on the ramp.
Nice job, brother.
I'm on the ramp. Fuck off. Absolute fuck off.
I did it.
We spawned out, kid.
Tell me. I'm dead. How many half I 3-0. Contest is a little bit.
Time on you, my name, no trophy.
You guys take a deep pop. That's one.
You guys hot dog or some shit. On time, scrap, absolute scrap on time.
Plat. He's in the plat corner. Plat corner.
I can't see plat corner.
Nice job, man. Take it. Let me show
them. Gate inside. I'm running a gate.
I got time, baby. Go.
He's gate. He went halfway.
Too short. I got one down there. Inside. It's 23. Caution on me. Right there.
Over there. Same spot. Nice.
One more. I have a left.
I'm playing mid Chris. Get that, Bruce.
I have a pusher.
I have a mid.
First guy Kleenex going right, but we're to Envoy. You heard?
Yeah.
First guy Kleenex. He's going right. I got it, AJ. You're good.
AJ, just pitch right. Turn right.
I'll go right. I'm
pitching the back.
Go ahead.
I'm pitching him.
Let me grab
Go to the back. I'm behind him all.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, back there.
Inside the back. Inside.
On the stairs.
Last
guy. He went Eskies.
I'm behind the mist.
I'm trying to make it.
I'm fucking aims right now.
I'm back. One shot. Tom, one shot.
Mid, on board. Place mid.
Two stairs. Both point. I have
Eskies in a second.
Eskies clean it.
I'm
Eskies. Alright, go there. I'm in there with you. Nice job.
I'm pitching.
I got him.
I'm pitching the lobby. One second, I can kill him. Stay alive.
I'm staying alive. Last guy.
Keep flooding. I have pitch, Bruce.
It feels like destiny right now. Optic Texas, the listening was absolutely brilliant. The kills have been unreal, and the scoreline is unstoppable.
These guys have elevated. They are gods on the map. They are playing with too much energy. They cannot be stopped. Pred and Shotzi out of control. 4 in the feed in domination on Rio. A flawless grand finals performance.
20 for the win. Optic flying forward. Ultra, it's a last-ditch attempt to stay alive. 3 in the feed and a bit of a hard point.
No, this is hopeless. There is nothing Ultra can do when Optic are playing like this. 32 kills from Shotzi. They can switch up the pace. They just have too much energy. Optic just waiting to collect that trophy.
Chemistry and time now put to the test. They have been so unbelievable in the 1v1s. The trades every time. as Optics comms furiously calling out the final few positions of these players. 10 seconds, and they are your champions. Dashi brought down. It's another last-ditch attempt here from Ultra. Have they finally found their footing here in this finals? We'll find out as Pred battling forward. Ultra survive again.
It's not going to matter. Optic are going to do this. They're going to get it done. The onslaught is coming. Insight can feel the pressure. He's going to fall one by one. Ultra, your final stand.
Here we go. The last march of Toronto here on Rio. Dashi cuts them down. It's 5 for the win. And on this Sunday, what a Sunday it was. A wave of elation across the Matame Athletic Center. Optic Texas have done it. And in front of a sold-out home crowd, they have turned that sea of green. What a unbelievable hard point from Optic Texas.
And that is the moment that ends the drought. Such a long time since Optic has won in the CDL, but a performance like that, absolutely flawless.
It was a tough nut to crack. Your champions, Optic Texas.
Quando vocês podem ver aí, né, galera, pelo título do canal, que minha língua vai estar valendo, tá torcendo pro Optic mesmo. Era eles que tinham de ganhar mesmo isso aí, tava merecendo. Uns 3 anos só indo pra final e perdendo.
Honestly, I'm really fucking proud of these guys. We started the tournament, and I mean, even this split pretty shitty, and we turned it around. You know, the first 2 days were great.
Boa noite, fala. Boa noite.
I think it's just a testament to all the hard work.
Tchau pra vocês, então, velho.
You know, it's been hard to get it to
Nossa
come together.
senhora.
I mean, I think a big thing is AG, this guy right here. Just everything we've been trying to do. I think he was
Tchau pra
like the
vocês,
glue.
galera. Parabéns a Optic Texas. Fala, parabéns a Optic Texas pela vitória. Fala. Daqui uns anos é eu. Tô lá jogando.
I'm honestly speechless right now. It's my second time winning in Toronto, so I might fucking run Toronto. I just want to say shout out to my teammates in the green wall, man. Like I always say, you guys are, I'm
Valeu, galera.
My teammates
Falou.
right here.